In this video, we are going to create this cool wall crack in Houdini 20.5 and we're going to explore different approach. And I have a little surprise for you in end of this video. Hi everyone, this is Dyson. Welcome to this peaceful place, I can say. Yeah, I love this one. And without further ado, let's begin. So this one is requested by you, especially this user. It's so insist about this one. And yeah, I know guys, you request a lot of tutorial, but man, I'm just like you guys. I have struggle in my life and I have limitation. So I will do that in the future if I can. So I want to take a minute to thank these amazing people supporting me and making my journey so delightful. Thank you guys, honestly I appreciate it. So in this one I will create this crack wall. So I want to do it differently. So first, as you can see, I want to start with simple shape. I will do this box and I want to resize that, and this is, let's assume, our wall. So as you can see, we are a many different crack type. You see, we have this one and this one, and yeah, so for that I need to do a guide for this crack. So I will use curve for that. So let me draw that quickly, and this is, as you can see, our guide to our crack. So now we have our guide and we're gonna go give it a thickness using poly wire, as you can see, and we're gonna create boolean with that. I want to subtract that from our wall. You see, we have this subtract and we have something like that. You see that? But we can scale that in Z-axis. Of course, we're gonna adjust the pivot point and we can have some look like that, you see. So let me show you some of crack we have here. It's kind of crack, and this is a crack too. You see, it's begin from thick to thin. You see, thick to thin. So based on the reference I showed you, how we can do this thickness and thin geometry using this. You see, if I go with this number and multiply that by @ptnum and point number, you see, I will show you. Of course, I will multiply that by 0.1, and you see we don't have anything like that because the order of point number, it's not correct in x-axis. So we're gonna use sort node for that, and we're gonna sort it based on x-axis. You see, in this scenario it's working, honestly, you see. But yeah, that's good for now, and we're gonna improve it later on, of course. So we have something like that, and now it's a good time to have carve node to animate this crack. But what? This is not cool. Yeah, it's acting as a separate curve. So how we can do that? Let me think. Let's try joint sub. So let's create a joint sub here, and yeah, let's see different setting. Yeah, as you can see, not working. It's not going to joint this separate line. So what else? Let me convert that to line. Maybe that will solve the problem. Yeah, convert line, and you see, nothing. So what about polyline? Yeah, let's create polyline, and yeah, this node, it's different for our purpose. So guys, any idea? I'm so interested to hear your idea. So if you have anything, leave me in the comment section. But let me try something. So first, let's create connectivity, and let's create this explode node. As you can see, we have different supply. So let's create fuse node. This is awesome to merge or weld the point near this distance. You see, we can go with this distance, and boom, now we have single line. Nice, it's going to work. It's going to work. Let me see. Oh, this is not going to work. So I think we need another approach. I figured it out by accident, honestly. So I will create find shortest path, and as you can see, we can select our lines in here at the end and start point at the 0, and as you can see, boom, this one worked. You see, it's creating line for each branch. So with that, I guess we need to have this sort node after this, and boom, we have cool growing effect. You see that? So as you can see, we have that, and I want to admit something here. I learned this trick from a guy many years ago. It's called Voromix.
Hey guys, this is Voromix, and I just wanted to say thank you.
You can see this is a very amazing teacher, and to be honest, I want to take this stage I have. If you by any chance see me, so I want to thank you about that. Honestly, you were my inspiration back then. And yeah, let's proceed. So here you go, this is our crack wall. You see, that's cool. And with that, see you in the next video. Really? Yeah, I guess not. So let's explore a different approach. So we're gonna improve that. I will create RBD material fracture for the wall, and I will show you the pieces. And as you can see, I'm changing these pieces. I don't want any noise to it. And in here, as you can see, we can distribute these pieces by attribute. You see, we have density. So I want to create this attribute, density float for point, you see. And now we're gonna give it a value of 1, and I want to assign that to our guide geometry without any animation, without any growing, you see. So our guide has a density of 1, so I want to transfer this density using attribute transfer to our wall. Of course, we need more segment in both geometry to have a cool transformation, attribute transformation. And as you can see, this is our density attribute in our wall. You see, transfer by guide attribute. You see, now we can use that and guide our fracture proportion here. You see, let's go to attribute in here, and we have density, and let me change that to this option, and boom, you see, we have more pieces in this crack guide. You see, in the way of crack guide, you see, that's amazing and more optimized. And because we need to destroy this part of the wall, and of course we can have chopping. This will add small pieces in the corner. And yeah, you see, this is a cool stuff. So with that, if you like this kind of video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content. Share it if you want. I will be so grateful, guys. So we are in good track, and wait until the end of this video. I will give you a cool surprise. So with that, we have our pieces, and let's create our bullet solver, you see. And as you can see, we have ground plane here. And now I want to show you something cool called constraint. What is constraint? You see, we talk about constraint network in this channel multiple times, but for those who don't know about constraint network is like this line with this geometry connected from one pieces to another pieces. So this line, it's holding these two pieces. If this line deletes suddenly, these pieces will fall. Or this line has strength attribute. If you change the strength to 0, guess what? The pieces will fall too. This is the simplified version of constraint network. You see, I will delete this constraint network. This is a cool approach. So I need group for that. So let's create group with bounding box. You see, I will enable bounding box, and let's go to this volume, and we can connect our guide to this group. You see, that's so cool. And now we can promote this group from point to primitive, because the constraint network works with the primitive. And now we can connect that to our delete sub and select our group, and guess what? Now we can delete our constraint network over time. based on the guide growth. You see, so simple but so effective. And now if I play that, you see it's working, the chopping, it's working. But let me show you what's happening for the constraint network. You see that? After the simulation, we deleted our constraint network. But let's animate this guide using this $T for time, multiply by 0.3 or 0.2, and we have some growth. You see, this is the simple way you can have your growth. Of course, you can keyframe that. And you see, we are deleting that, but let me show you what's happening in RBD Bullet Solver. You see, nothing happens. Why? Let me show you the constraint network once more. Nothing happened because the constraint network not affected over time. So we need to overwrite it with the sub in here in advanced tab, you see? And now, guess what? We are deleting our constraint network over time. Now, RBD Bullet Solver accept that. But be careful, we are managing our constraint network by the sub, and this is a cool approach.
So far so good, and this is our result. It's good but not enough in my opinion. So we're gonna explore a new method in our treasure course in our website, and we're gonna explore a new fracture method, as you can see, and we're gonna fix this thickness issue we had. And of course we're gonna add interior detail to it, and we have a velocity, a custom velocity, as you can see, for explosion force. And we're gonna create HDA from all we learn here, as you can see. And this HDA called M crack, mini crack. So this is gift for you as a treasure member, and it's cool HDA and simple HDA. You can manipulate that. It can add any curve to your crack, and it's gonna create custom crack to you using these find path, and you can select the start point and end point, and it will create your guide. And of course it can add your smoke to it, as you can see. You see, that's so awesome. So if you're interested, I will see you there. Goodbye.